Hand clap to the massive brothers and sisters. We're finally back. We finally made it to another reaction on the one and only Mystelics reaction. Guys, big up on yourself for being a part of these vibrations, brothers and sisters. Big up yourself one time. And of course, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that already. And subscribe and turn on our post notifications. So, of course, you'll be notified when I drop my videos right there and there on this YouTube platform, brothers and sisters. If you do want to definitely get that vibrations, definitely subscribe in that regard. Don't forget, if you're not done so yet, click the thumbs up button. And of course, then I'll see right there, brothers and sisters. Let us get into the vibrations for the day. Of course, we have this sentiment. Of course, I know it's very, very interesting at this time, brothers and sisters, where monies are not flowing well, you know, and you know, your fuels are charged for electricity is about to go up, brothers and sisters. Of course, they have this for Dominica, January 2025. It moved from where? Okay, let's zoom in and see what's up. It moved from 45.30. As you can clearly see, it's increasing. You know, it jumped. It had a massive jump from 45.71 in November to December to 45.30. Okay, and then it went up by 57 cents. Okay, so you guys seeing that you guys are going to be increasing in your debts. Less money for you, brothers and sisters. Oh, labor cut off. labor is working, brothers and sisters. Labor is working. All right. Anyway, brothers and sisters, let's continue right there. And Fonkole seems to have some sort of major garbage problems, issues, my brothers, issues. For information in the comment box below, of course, this I got on Dominica breaking news, and of course, I saw this very interesting post right there. We're gonna get into it, but this is the nastiness that it seems to be taking place all across Dominica, and of course, you know, it's fun. This supposed to be a bus stop. It looks like it's supposed to be at a bus stop. I could be wrong. You guys can correct me, but this is, you know, what is happening in that situation right there. Of course, according to Dominica breaking news, right there, message by citizen. Of course, come on. The question is being asked or stated. A statement is being made. Come on, brothers and sisters. How can anyone blame Fonkole people because of rubbish that hasn't been picked up for Nani Kani, brothers and sisters? You expect them to keep it at their home? You want their home to be smelling? That's why they have to put it outside there so the garbage can get breeze, brothers and sisters. It can definitely get some breeze right there, you know? Right, hopefully the breeze is not blow into your house and then the scent is coming on you right there. But they have to put it outside, brothers and sisters, because they cannot keep it in their home. You expect them to eat it? No, brothers and sisters, they are not recycling materials. You know, they cannot recycle in their body and then put it out and then, you know, eat it again and, yeah, you know, like, oh, all right. You expect them to throw it in the sea? You going to poison the fish? What the fish do you? No, they cannot do that, brothers and sisters. Get real, man. All villages should do what? Burn the rubbish and pollute the good air in the country. You cannot do that, brothers and sisters, because, you know, we say the nature of the Caribbean, at least a semblance of nature should be preserved in that regard. We do planting back trees, so don't burn the rubbish, brothers and sisters. Do it in a place where it's actually secluded. I remember back in the day, we actually had them big blue bins. Remember them big blue bins? And then the garbage truck will just pass and pick up those things. It was relatively okay, I would have to say, from my understanding. Go and dump your garbage inside there and things. So everybody will just dump the garbage in the blue thing. It's only when the garbage truck hasn't picked up this stuff, the blue thing would then overflow. But if the garbage truck is regular in that regard, you know, things would have flowed well. But apparently, you know, it just, I guess that's how it is in the nature of the Caribbean. If anything, I would suspect a trick from every village. A trick? What is a trick? What is that? A truck. If anything, I would suggest a truck for every village. Full a truck with rubbish and go dump it at Parliament. I agree with that statement right there, because Parliament is forming the royal donkey. They're just palling. Well, Parliament is pally to talk. They talking. But the sense they're making is nonsense, brothers and sisters. So, anyways, dump it. Parliament, DBS, State House, and in front, Fortune Hotel. Why are you putting Fortune Hotel in that? I don't know. Why would the person mention Fortune Hotel? Anyways, yeah. How come Fortune rubbish being picked up, but not in those villages? Interesting. I would understand why. Well, if Fortune Hotel rubbish is being picked up, might as well drop it there so that the rubbish can get picked up. I guess that's what the person is in that regard. But this is very unfortunate, brothers and sisters. It seems like there's a set of people where they pick up rubbish, and then there's a set of places where they just choose not to do it Maybe because they cannot pay these people to pick up the rubbish, but they can pay people to pick up Fort Young rubbish and state house rubbish, and so forth and so forth. Is that the case, brothers and sisters? I do not know, but we'll see what's up. Anyways, Justice, moving along. Justice Colin Williams recuses himself from the Jonathan Lear murder trial, brothers and sisters, according to Nature Isle News. Of course, I'm not gonna go into that, but we're gonna listen to what this individual has to say about this whole situation right there. Take a listen. I think his name is Emil Deporter, or Emil Potter, whatever his name, brothers and sisters. He's a businessman, and of course has some thoughts in that regard right there.
My Dominican friends, this Monday, January 13th, 2025, is a significant day in Dominica.
How so?
And I want everybody to listen to me.
You're listening.
The accused murderers,
right,
of Daniel and Dominic of Kulibri Ridge will be going to court on that day.
They did.
Seeking bail. They have an application for bail.
Are they seeking application for bail for the other guy, or are they trying, from my understanding, if I get it correctly, are they trying to seek the revocation of the present bail? Because they did get bail. Well, Jonathan got bail. The other one is alleged to be inside still, I heard. Or I saw something, but let me leave that alone. But Jonathan has gotten bail. It's not like he didn't get bail. It seems like they are going back to check to make an adjustment to the bail, because it seems like the bail is the stipulations for the bail is almost ridiculous, in the essence of he having to drop his thing and he have to do this, and so I'm guessing they're trying to do something of that sort right there. And apparently the judge recused himself from this situation. I think they should put back no bail for Jonathan Lear, because he is indeed a flight risk.
I normally stay away from all these hot topics and so on. And who knows, I may even get arrested for inciting or obstruction of justice. I don't know. But so be it. These people are going to be brought to court on Monday, January 13th. The accused murderers have never shown any remorse.
Nope.
The accused murderers...
They have been laughing and stuff. But, what do we know?
We're trying to leave Dominica.
Keep in mind, the bail that was granted firstly was under one of the government's people who tried to put up a building for him to get bail. The government! Oh, we'll talk about it in a moment.
And for that, I say no bail. The accused murderers have the application for bail because one of them is saying that he needs to seek medical attention in the United States.
Keep in mind, there has been no medical proof to... Not me just say that, the judge also stated this right there. You stated that he has cancer, this kind of things there. Apparently, they only got a letter from some general practitioner that say that he has issues and whatnot, needs medical attention. No oncologists, nothing of cancer related people, doctors, I can actually say, okay, yes, he has cancer. None of that stuff. It's just some general person saying, oh yes, he has it. But you need to go overseas for medical attention. We looking foolish? Huh? We foolish? Okay.
And for that again, I say no bail.
No bail.
Daniel and Dominic, where they are right now.
Hopefully they're in heaven. Hopefully they know Yeshua before they left this earth. Because no matter how nice you do things on this earth, brothers and sisters, if you reject this son, well, you will find out.
Cannot seek medical attention or anything.
They're gone.
They're gone. Brutally. Not in any nice way at all.
Fire, pelleted wounds, acid. But they want bail. Alright. And they give them bail, even though the bail are very strict, but they give them bail regardless. And they're trying to reconnect. Oh, let's make amendments to some of these conditions, you know.
And again, for that, I say, no bail. So, come Monday, January 13th, 2025, let us as Dominicans stand together and all say, no bail.
No bail for Jonathan.
Let's post it on our social media, on our Facebook pages, on our Instagram, on our WhatsApp status. From the time we wake up in the morning, just post no bail. And those of you who will be in and around town, the bus drivers, the taxi operators, the people working and going about their business, from 9 o'clock that morning, anytime you pass around the Bayfront area, honk those horns.
No bail.
Honk your horns loud. Let's make some noise in the city so that we can send a serious message out there. No bail.
To the powers that be. They want to pretend they can make things happen. Try to do all sorts of things to make people feel like they're trying to do something. Oh, this and that, this and they send in the national security minister to make it seem as, oh, we do like this and do like that and making trouble. Oh my goodness, they are fighting amongst each other. So maybe nonsense, brothers and sisters. The murder was done and he should be granted no bail. None whatsoever. Keep in mind, there's motive. Even if you don't have evidence, there's motive to prove that he should be granted no bail.
Where Daniel and...
There's evidence, by the way. I mean, his foot is one. But anyways, no bail.
Daniel and Dominic, these two lovely people, I personally met them at their place. Lovely people. And there was no reason for them to have departed in such a gruesome way.
Yep. And that's just helping Dominica, you know, brothers and sisters. They have helped Dominica in quite a magnificent kind of a way. But they've also helped the film industry, obviously not as Hollywood, even though Hollywood burning down right now. But the film industry, brothers and sisters, when it comes down to animation, he is the one that set the precedence for that. Imagine, and he was in Dominica and some person from Canada was coming and, really? All right.
And that was like a...
Blue.
A stab in Dominica's chest. So not only did two people die that day, but Dominica got a stab in his chest.
Big stab.
And for us to grant these two people bail is now not just giving Dominica a stab in his chest, but giving Dominica a stab in his back.
Yep, everywhere.
And we have to stand together.
No stab.
On this occasion, to all say,
no bail.
In a loud way, no bail. So all over social media, and we honking those horns on Monday and making noise in Roseau to show that we all stand together and say no bail.
So guys, there was a video that I saw. I'm not sure if that was as a result of what he stated right there. Let me take this thing out. But there were people making noise on the basis of that sentiment. No bail. This is Jonathan coming here to go to court again to see if they can, you know, lessen some of the hardship of the bail. Seems like when you white man in black man country, there's escape. All right. No bottle fly, no bottle, nothing. Okay. Look, auntie taking photo. Not the people that auntie, not the people, not that the murdering. Look, the person that doing it, you taking picture of people. With the other partner, the partner that used to do it before, and I put him on blast. He get fed up. He get fed up and he had to pass it on to somebody. I suspect we need to come for that one too. The boy telling me he didn't like what I did to him. He's doing his job. I said, well, I did my job too. He meet me in the police station, you know. He tell me the previous partner used to take all those photos and things on that protest and what have you. And I put him on blast. I record him, I put him on blast. I never see him come again. He said, don't like what I do. Well, I suspect his photo we like to take. All right, no problem. She taking for you sightseeing. Anyways, let's continue, brothers and sisters. There's something rather interesting that I also saw on the Dominican breaking news right there. Of course, this individual is saying something very interesting. I wish them protesters knew what happened by the jail. Now, guys, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what this individual is saying, because it happened and they have it on hush hush. A prison officer was charged. That's what that person said. I don't know if it's true or not, but if that be the case, that be the case. Was charged and is on administrative leave. Why? So it's alleged that Jonathan paid the prison officer $40,000 to make keys for him and the other man to escape. Now, with all the people that are escaping from jail, I don't think they need keys. Brothers and sisters, over 5 people have escaped jail in the past year. If I recollect it properly, in 2024, I think about five people escaped from prison. So, I mean, they wouldn't need keys. They could just, well, let me leave that. Brothers and sisters, they already bring one at it home and they're relaxing and people passing and see him. That was some time ago when that situation happened. Relaxing with his leg up and thing and viving, you know. But anyways, $40,000 to make keys for him and the other man to escape. They did a raid and found a bunch of keys with a prisoner facing life. Interesting. They're not talking about it publicly. Jonathan have been starving himself at the prison leading up to today's bail hearing to appear sick. But he doesn't look sick now to me. To me, he don't looking sick at all, you know. That's one of the things that I was looking at. We know people, but that's one of the things I actually stated before. He claims he has cancer. He has cancer for so long. Since December 2023. Since December 2023, he had cancer, but looking the same. But you stay there because apparently the jail doing you well, sir. You don't looking sick at all. Does that look like a man that is sick? Huh? What kind of medical attention? He say he had cancer for over a year, and this is how he looks. He doesn't look like he's sick at all. We're not born. We might be born yesterday, but we wasn't born last night. Anyways, we have to continue to this one right here, brothers and sisters. So that situation with the key, I don't think is true, but if that is the case, well, you're not going nowhere because apparently they are being caught right there. Anyways, let's continue, brothers and sisters. You think it's a movie that there for real because you had people making key and thing. It's only in Prison Break I don't see these things. Ladies, brothers and sisters, let us continue in that regard. So there's this individual and he has a number of things to say as well. Take a listen.
You know, I come from a beautiful little country in the Caribbean named Dominica, you know, which has been blessed with not being some crime capital and especially murders.
By the way, guys, you seen the audio and the video not syncing properly. This is not AI, okay? Some of you guys might, oh, this is AI. No, brothers and sisters. This most likely is the iPhone he's using to record himself. You should get onto the Android scene. I just saying. But this is actually a legitimate audio and video right there.
However, currently in my homeland, we have an issue involving 2 sets of international nationalities. A beautiful Canadian couple that has developed an emotional relationship with the people that they work with.
Let me see if I can adjust that.
And an arrogant American investor who seems to have been operating in my country with a level of impunity that begs questions. At this point in time,
okay, we got it.
we're now having a case surrounding this American who has allegedly murdered this beautiful, loving Canadian couple. And we're having this sort of conversation in the country where officials of the country keep acting as if they're in the interest of justice on this matter.
No, they're not.
But when we begin investigating the relationship between these two people, and
that is where we're coming in, brothers and sisters. That is exactly where we're coming in. The association of the Prime Minister himself and Jonathan Leher, who was apparently a passport seller for the very Prime Minister, but apparently the Prime Minister said we didn't have dealings with this individual. However, the government put up a building for his bail, brothers and sisters, a building. One of the government's people put up a building. They did that in the report, and then they asked the lawyer of Jonathan Lear, them fellas, Jonathan and Robert Snyder. They asked the lawyer, what doesn't that look like a conflict of interest? And then you know what the lawyer's response was? His response was, that doesn't look like a question that should be asked. Really? The government putting up a building for somebody they say they don't have no affiliations with? They put up a building for his bail. And they come and tell the people, oh, some people can be foolish. But not everybody is foolish. Okay, let's continue.
And begin realizing that the arm of the law in the country has actually been sort of more harmonious and forgiving to this, sort of aggressive American investor than what he truly deserves in terms of his behavior to both citizens and to this Canadian couple.
Facts.
What we are realizing is that Jonathan Leher has been continuously breaking the law in Dominica, breaking the law, abusive uses of firearms towards citizens, aggressive disrespect.
To the law.
And it goes on and on. It goes to the point of even a container of arms, and this is not alleged, this is factual, being brought into the country by this brother. And what is worst is, the investigating police officer who discovered the arms was asked to close that investigation.
You think it just happened like that? Huh? You find certain things and the officials on the higher up telling you to close down the investigation if that be the case? Huh? They tell you to close down the case. But nothing to see here, brothers. Nothing to see here. Everything is going according to how it should be. Justice reigning supreme, brothers and sisters. That's one of the reasons why when I had the interview with Cabral Douglas, I asked him, don't you think that the justice system is in need of justice due to its injustices? And he told me, well, that's, what can be done? I'm asking, who holds these people accountable? Who, brothers and sisters, who holds the justice system accountable when they are corrupt?
Now, how can you have someone bringing high-powered military-style weapons into the country and not one word from the Minister of National Security? Not one word.
Well, he was kind of vexed. Well, he pretended, from my point of view, that's my own opinion, brothers and sisters, when the National Security Blackmore came out talking, oh, there shouldn't be blah, 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 blah. To me, it was just a fanfare, a show. A show. To make the people believe, because if you understand the psychology, brothers and sisters, people on their mind are vexed about the situation. They're vexed about the situation. They know most likely it was him, Jonathan, and Robert Snyder that came together to take the lives of Dominic and Daniel right there. The people have a huge... It is almost as if it's next to almost impossible to prove that that is not the case right there. Bruh, you know what? Let me continue.
From the chief of police, not one word. In fact, what you have is a silencing of the matter and not even a reacquisition of the arms, These arms are kept stored in the basement of this individual's home. And then you had another American brother who came here as a preacher, bringing just a few arms.
Yes. The Grog family. Matter of fact, a few... I think they found one live thing, because remember he was moving into Dominican stuff, And they were charging the man. So up to now, they don't even charge. So they deport the man. The Grog family. They deport the Grog family. And you have this guy who have all sorts of ammunitions down there, brothers and sisters. What are you going to do? Hunting you going to do? What you going to hunt? Frog? You're going to hunt frog with these ammunitions that you have? Really? What you going to do? Hunt bird? Siki? That you going to do? With all those ammunitions that you are alleged to have? Really? Oh, okay.
She acknowledges things that he does as an acknowledged hunter. And his whole family was arrested. He was put through the grinder.
Yep.
And I think almost actually deported from the country.
Yep.
With zero aggression incidents regards citizens.
And a man that is alleged to have murdered two prominent people in society. They grant this man bail. Regardless of whether bail stipulation is rough or is hard to meet, they grant him bail. He shouldn't be granted bail at all. No bail. Not at all.
Where's the justice?
Good question.
So now that this case is in full swing and there's a call for bail for this individual, this same Minister of National Security is now vehemently loud and boisterous about justice for Dominicans. Why weren't we told about this guy's infractions in the government? Why was the police lenient to this brother? And in fact, what the people of the village are telling us is that the police kept telling them that their hands are tied. Who is going to tie the hands of them?
Who is tying the hands of people that are supposed to uphold the laws of Dominica? Who is tying them? I tell you, this is a movie. This has to be a movie. This is a movie in Dominica, brothers and sisters.
Police in Dominica. We don't only one person. The person who claims that he runs things in Dominica has the ability to tie the hands of the law.
Of course. And who else? Can you name somebody else, brothers and sisters? I remember that the CCJ ruled that no other election should be called without proper electoral reform. No other election should be called. You remember? And elections were called 2022. You remember? Okay, all right.
And this same individual comes and tells us that he hardly knows this brother. He has never even drank coffee with him. But yet we have the hands of the police being tied in dealing with this individual.
The government put up a building for Mr. A building they put up for Mr. to get bail. The government, but the government say, I have no ties with Mr. Really?
And what is even worse is that we have a bail issue wherein the hands of the judge are almost tied because the investigation by the police of this incident is subpar, incoherent and incompetent.
Yep.
You know?
A set of incompetent people in police just sit down there so that they can get what? They can get money, they can get the what do you call that? The benefits. They can get these things. You think people who join the police force just, I want to uphold justice. You think so? And you have all this injustice and corruption in Dominica. Who has followed up with the Lennox Linton situation where a man came and tried to frame him? Who has, did they follow up with that? Anything of that sort? No? Nothing, you know? When you heard about the ministers exchanging favors with young women, so they give up themselves in exchange for favors. Where has that court case gone? Huh? Where has it gone? But you talking about justice in Dominica? Really? All right.
And so the judge now has to find ways of creating a bail situation that he has to create that somewhat can put some restrictions on making this bail issue happen. So my question is, what is really going on in Dominica? Are we being played?
We're not being played. We're being bamboozled. There's no playing there. You play, you gig or joke I making. No, but this is not jokes now. It's not jokes to say, we giving bail away, joke we making. No. This is real life bamboozling that going on in Dominica in front of the people's eyes. You know one of the reasons why I noticed this has started? Remember our famous friend Choxy? You remember Choxy, brothers and sisters? Do you remember Choxy? Where the government want to come and make up story and say he just land on the beach to come and meet some woman that he meet in Antigua. They land on the beach, come in excursion. The man say he was kidnapped. You see the man beat up, all sorts of things. He come on an excursion. Boy.
Are we being played by an incumbency sort of justice system that is not consistent across the board? What is it about this Jonathan brother that has allowed him to operate in our country with such impunity with regards to law? Why has he been allowed?
Money. Just like I was alleged that the Prime Minister received the building from MMCE. They received the building, allegedly received the building from MMCE because of all the businesses that the government has given MMCE. All the businesses. We're talking about billions of dollars right there, allegedly. So all of these things, they give the government them a building, that of which they are renting to the Dominican people for $64,000 a month, allegedly. And then we've seen this kind of situation happening, brothers and sisters, and you wonder if there's some... Brothers, it's not like we don't know there's corruption. We know there's corruption going on. We know labor rights have admitted to me that they know that there's corruption taking place. They know it. But they refuse to make the change because it's their party. And their party giving them a because something, the breadcrumbs that they do not have to work for. They don't want to get the bread, you know. They have to work for the bread. But since they are able to get the breadcrumbs for free, they are willfully letting go their own principles. I watched the Mr. Speaker of the House do that. I understand he was maybe allegedly in debt, you know, some $2 or $3 million in debt. Who knows? The bakery failed, so who knows what was happening, brothers and sisters, on that regard right there. Figured he could go into politics and so forth and so forth. Hey, they promised him, we know you have these kind of things. We know you have these kind of things. Let us help you. Join our side. Let us help you. And the very man that had principle, today when you watch him, you wonder if that is the same person that was back in the day. What? That's why I was asked, brothers and sisters, do we have a price? Do each and every one of us have a price? Like I indicated before, that's one of the reasons why I side with Donald Trump and Elon Musk, because you cannot give them your little $1 million to do things that they do not need to do for the people. But you can bribe a billionaire with your few $1 million, really? Anyways, let's continue.
Why hasn't the arm of justice been allowed to deal with him in the kind of justice that is supposed to be meted for his behavior?
Because the justice system is rooted in injustice itself. Rooted in injustice.
Why wasn't he deported? Why wasn't he brought to court for bringing high-powered military-style weapons to our country?
Well, deportation is not the key factor here for Mr. He needs to face justice for his dirty rag. And when I agree, I understand what he's saying. Why wasn't he deported on the basis when he brought in these fire ammunitions and this kind of things there before he did what he's alleged to have done? Okay, that makes sense. Because they deported the Grog family. They deported the Grog family thinking that the case that they will have against the children somehow, the government going to lose that case, you know, brothers and sisters. They're going to lose that case. That anyway, the case is still going on, eh? The case against his children who were detained is going on still. But like I told them, and I'll be telling you guys the same thing too. What the government does, they kill time. That's what they do. They kill time so that, you know, they can buy time to do things, and they're just killing time. Look at the situation involving the incitement, brothers and sisters, with the United Workers' Party. They claim they incited, even though we know for a fact that Skerrit was the one who created incitement by telling his people, if they come to your doorstep, throw hot water on them. That is inciting violence, isn't it? Yes. When you look at the other side, why are they bringing these people in court? What is the incitement charge that they put on them? What is it? You cannot say it. Talking about old people. And it's alleged that these very people were the ones who set certain things on fire and what have you. And they want to blame it on somebody else. You see how interesting that is? I tell you, it's a movie. Sorry about that, guys. My thing just filled up here yet again. But let's continue right here, guys.
Why wasn't it in the news? Why wasn't Blackmore telling us that they have actually found a cache of weapons? Why? I'm worried about this case. I think the people who are posing to us as being concerned about security are the very ones who are going to engineer the escape of this brother.
Facts, right there. That's exactly my point in that regard, right there. Exactly it.
From our justice system. I ask people to be vigilant.
But this, I like the reason why this stuff happened, brothers and sisters, because it kind of exposes Dominica to the rest of the world. Dominicans might not be interested in, knowing the justice system can be corrupt, but this exposes Dominica and the injustice system of the justice system right there. It exposes the corruption.
Because the things we are learning is, the system is actually very worried about Jonathan. But not because of his violence.
Nope.
But because of his knowledge.
What he has, the things that he knows. He's fearful.
Because of his knowledge. And it appears that there is a concerted effort to ensure
that he escapes.
That he does not get on the witness stand.
Yep.
In this case. He does not get on stand on this case. Because he knows too much about things much wider than the case at hand.
And they cannot take him out, brothers and sisters, because obviously, that can be thing. Even though, well, the international community knows about it, so they can't just take him out like that. If just the local, something could happen. Oh, he did this. Oh, that happened in jail. Things like that could happen. But the international community is definitely watching. They are definitely watching, brothers and sisters. They're quiet, but they're watching. Just like the IRS. The IRS will be quiet, Don't say nothing. And then when they're ready for you, they come for you.
We have to keep looking. We have to stay vigilant. We have to stay vigilant. There is something wrong with the justice system and Jonathan Lehrer in Dominica.
Agreed. Brothers and sisters, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts on what you have to say right there? These are just my thoughts. Obviously, we know I'm one of the individuals who advocated that he should not get bail at all. I'm also one of the individuals who stated that he would get bail. Don't be surprised if he did get bail, brothers and sisters. Don't be surprised if he happened to escape. I'm one of the individuals who have been saying this all the time, right there. And now we're hearing that the judge has recused himself from the case. Why? Now, this is Nature Island News. Kudos to Nature Island News. But I am very, when it comes, that's why I don't read anything inside there, per se. So I'm not reading anything. But, he recused himself from Jonathan Lehrer's murder trial. Why? That is a big question. Right there. If you guys want to go check it out, it's Nature Island News or natureisle.news. And you can just look for that article right there. But it's very interesting what is going on, brothers and sisters. We all know. It's not like we don't know. We all know. But of course, I guess you guys understand the point in that regard. What are your thoughts, man, on what has taken place? What are your thoughts on what you have heard right there, brothers and sisters? What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below right there. Also, I'll post the latest vlog in the first comment in the comment box below, guys. I forgot to do that yesterday. I'll post it in this one right here. What are your thoughts, brothers and sisters? What are your thoughts? It's interesting. Very interesting times that we're living in when it comes into Dominica and the corruption, brothers and sisters. But I must point out, once the head is corrupt, if the head don't good, brothers and sisters, the body will always malfunction in normal or unnatural ways. Just keep that in mind. If the head of Dominica is not good, what do you expect to happen? This is why the body must come together and say, hey, you know what? Let us replace those brain cells that destroying us, causing us making decisions on our behalf. We need to take them out. Brothers and sisters, take them out. But unless the people want change and want the elevation, 20 years, don't you feel like your life has been ruined? Don't you feel so, brothers and sisters? What are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. It's about Mystelics once again, guys. Click the thumbs up button if you want to see more. And of course, subscribe for more vibrations as they tend to come from when I upload my videos in that regard right there. More vibrations will come. I have more videos, but I'll do it tomorrow as well, brothers and sisters. But Mystelics once again. Be real, salute the king always. Be positive.